Welcome to Breaking the Barrier.
Wow.
I'm out of Benz alongside my co-host, the one, the only. He's the Vice Mayor of Covington, David Crosier.
Wow, I had my ears covered because I didn't know what you were going to do on that one.
I know, that's why I kind of surprised you with that.
You did. You very much surprised.
Welcome to Breaking the Barrier.
There it is.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
I had to catch you off guard, dude.
Oh, yeah. It's been a long week for both of us. You don't need to be doing that loud
It's only
stuff.
Wednesday. You're listening to it on Thursday, but it's Wednesday for us.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah, it's been a long week for both of us, especially you.
I don't know if I want to dive into it.
A couple people already know about it.
Yeah, so I've heard.
Yeah, you know. You had a little issue, a little traffic issue. Fender bender.
Yeah. Had a minor accident the other day. Suffered concussion.
Yeah, fortunately it wasn't anything you used, so, you know.
Oh, you're talking about my head?
Yeah.
See,
that's where you get a concussion at.
Yeah. It took me a few seconds.
Yeah, that's where you get a concussion at.
Yeah, and I forgot about that.
Because my daughter said, well, I hear Adam had a wreck. Is he all right? I said, yeah, he hit his head, so he's fine.
Yeah, nothing that my head can't fix.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, luckily it's nothing you use very often.
No, nothing that a few $100s, won't fix with my right side of my bumper.
Yeah. Could have been worse, though.
It could have been worse. I'm thankful it wasn't.
Yeah, that's right. All joking aside, it could have been a whole lot worse.
Still painful, but it could have been worse, and a car is easily fixable.
You can fix a vehicle, can't fix you.
Right.
That's the only compliment you'll get out of me today. So.
Oh, I'll take that for what it's worth.
Okay.
Well, you know what we're going to start off the show with, besides, mentioning the fact of my little incident.
Yeah,
but
I had to.
No, and I get that.
Yeah.
I know you're excited.
I am.
I know Zabrowski's excited.
Oh, yeah, the big announcement.
It's the big announcement that was
Yeah.
plastered all over Facebook and all over social media.
I saw that.
Instagram and on Twitter.
And when I shared it to my wall, I was hoping it was the same thing that...
I was talking about?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
I was hoping I was ready into what was going on, but...
So, drum roll, please. Do you want to make the announcement? Or do you want
go ahead.
The launch of the brand new Virginia Review app.
Heck yeah. Been about damn time.
The app was launched this past Friday, and we are going live with it now. Well, it's been live, but we're making the announcement.
Yeah, we've been trying to work out some of the kinks on it, and Adam told me about it, told me to keep my mouth shut.
Zabrowski?
No, you did.
Oh,
you found out at the same time. You said, keep your mouth shut. Mm-hmm. Zabrowski said the same thing. He said, dude, I know you're excited. Keep your mouth shut. Test it on your phone. Make sure it works. I even got to download it on my new phone and still can't figure that thing out. But, dinosaurs and new toys.
That's the breaking news is the app is officially launched for the Virginia Review. It's pretty cool.
It's pretty cool.
They did a good job with it. Zabrowski did a great job with implementing what goes in there and everything. Mm-hmm. And it's all there. So what we're going to do is right now, I'm going to pull up the app right now. So the app is available for iOS, which is for Apple users for the iPhone, or for Android users, which is on the Google Play Store. You understand that?
Yeah, because I downloaded it, dude.
Well, what phone do you have?
I have a
iPhone or
iPhone.
Okay, you have an iPhone. So you went into the iPhone store.
Yes, I did.
So you went into the App Store for the iPhone.
And I typed Virginian Review, and there
Virginia
it was.
Review, and there it was. So I'm going to open up the app right now. And you're going to see, when you open up the app, you're going to see the Virginia Review logo. Then you're going to see something that says, along the line of Community Pulse. Under that Community Pulse, it'll say, don't show it again, something like that.
It has two goofy faces, yellow faces
you can
on it.
click on that, don't show it again. You can click on how do you feel and put a smiley face if you want, or choose not to see it again or have it come up. So when you open it, you'll see a photo, which is going to be the main feature of the show, of the day. This will be the main story of the day, which currently you're listening to this on a Wednesday. This will change every single day. So come tomorrow when you're listening, you'll have something different. So how about this? You're listening right now on a Thursday. What's going to be up there on tomorrow for Thursday is going to be about the Arts Council presenting Roanoke Sympathy Orchestra.
Symphony.
Did I say symphony?
You said sympathy.
I'm pretty sure I said symphony.
No, you said sympathy.
Oh,
Inchminer.
Whatever.
Inchmanager. And we can't say that other guy's name. He asked us, the one that brought you
Jeffrey Bowles.
Dude, you're not supposed to say that. I told you, we're not supposed to say his name anymore. He said he would bring us goodies if we stopped saying his name.
Oh, I missed that part.
Yeah, I told you that.
Sorry, Jeffrey Bowles.
Oh, see, I'm never going to get more cigars again. Thanks a lot. Daggone it. Yeah, I told you that we can't say his name anymore. He said we were embarrassing him. Oh, poor little fella. But yeah, we are not allowed to say his name anymore.
Anywho, that story you're going to see at the very top will feature the Arts Council presenting Roanoke Symphony Orchestra. There'll be a picture, and it'll be with the main title as well as a description of that article. So when you click on it, it's not going to be anything like a story. You'll have to go into the actual news story itself. So again, you open up the app. You'll see the picture of the main story of the day, which is technically the main photo of the day. You understand that, Croce?
Yes, sir.
So I'm trying to relay everything Zabrowski had tried explaining to me.
Yeah.
So then when you scroll down to that, as you're scrolling down, you'll see obituaries, The Shadow, which should be back. It's Wednesday, and that should be. I haven't heard anything yet.
I haven't heard anything out of him yet at all.
News.
You never know with that guy.
News, sports, entertainment, recipes, and letters to the editor. Everything that you get on the mobile site, everything that you get on the actual website itself on the desktop version, you get through the app.
Mm-hmm.
You get everything. So, for example, we're going to click on news for example. And you're going to see different articles. And, of course, coming tomorrow, there'll be more articles, as well as there's another paper being launched tomorrow on Thursday. That's December 6th. So you can scroll down, and you'll see a list of all the articles and the photos as well that goes with the articles. So we'll go down. You'll see up to 45 articles. So, folks, some articles will leave as some get put in. So you want to have time to read all the articles if you haven't yet. This is a way for you all to have a chance to look at more content if you're, just messing around with the app, checking out the app, whatever it may be. But it's all there. So, for example, I'm going to click on gas prices continue to tumble, and I'm going to click on that news story. And it'll show me a description of the title. Again, the title being gas prices continue to tumble, and just a little brief summary of what it's about. And if I click for the more, on the more part, it'll give me the entire story itself. So then I can read the whole story, and as I scroll down, it'll show the website in a blue bar. I click on that blue bar, and it brings me to the mobile version of the Virginia Review. So either way, you can get the main story any way you want, either be in the mobile app or the mobile version. That sums it up enough for you, Croce?
I believe I'm good. Yep.
So again, do it again for sports. You go into the sports part of the app, and you go through all the stories you have. So again, I'm going to click on AHS wrestles 5th at Rumble. So I'm going to click on that, and again, I see a little description of preview of what the story is about. I click for more in the blue bar, and I get the whole story itself, and it tells me all of the winners from that event and the time of the matches. And it tells me the standings, too. I mean, look at that, Croce. Gives me the whole story right on the app itself.
I got my phone out. following along with you.
And I mean, that's everything. And of course, if you have any questions, send us an email to website@thevirginiareview.com or send us a message in Messenger on Facebook. Wherever it may be, if you have questions on the new app, let us know.
If you like it, I did it. If you don't like it, Zabrowski did it.
Of course, you're not gonna give him any
credit.
credit.
Clark this thing, and it's all about me, buddy. It's all about me. No, this is all Zabrowski's gig right here. I can't even spell app. I can't take any credit for this whatsoever. I like it. Adam has worked. Adam has helped Zabrowski with this, given some input, and Zabrowski's taking the lead on it, and it's wonderful. But no, this has nothing to do with me.
I mean, I could go on and on about this app, but I'm trying to break it down as user-friendly as possible because it is absolute user-friendly.
So you're going to dumb it down for a dinosaur like me.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I tried to. I told Zabrowski I would try to help him out.
Yeah.
Because he said he tried to explain it to you, and it was like...
He talks dork all the time. I can't figure him out.
Well, we're both dorks.
I know, but you learned how to dumb down the dork.
Yeah.
You dumb down the dork for a dinosaur.
Yes.
Yeah.
But here's the kicker, though. While the app is free, and again, you go in your Google Play Store or through the Apple iOS Store, download the app, type in Virginia Review. It is free. However, you still have to have a subscription to the online account in order to get access to the stories. So the stories aren't free. The stories still have to be paid for with your subscription. It doesn't cost anything more. It doesn't cost anything less. The app itself is free. You can get all that stuff that I talked about, but once you click on a certain said story or a certain said subsection like news, sports, the shadow, it'll bring you to a section where it says if you want to subscribe here along that lines. But the app itself is free. And the other thing that is free, though, are the news alerts.
That's it. And we're going to really be hitting that hard now that we're in the winter and going to have weather issues. We're going to be able to send out alerts when school is delayed, closed, if there's, road issues, things like that. I think Zabrowski is even going to teach me how to do it.
Yep.
To where when I get a call from the school that schools are closed and, I can go on from the warmth of my bed
and just type
and
in,
send out an alert for everybody.
Which is better than listening to it on the radio, waiting to hear the schools close, waiting on the TV to go through the clicker of all the different schools that are closed.
I don't know. Back when we had a real radio station, I looked forward every morning when it was going to snow. I kind of looked forward to hearing the local DJs and talk about the schools and waiting to hear if mine.
Oh, that's when they were actually local DJs.
Yeah, not canned.
I would always, when I was a kid, I'd just get to the damn point already.
Oh wow, so rude.
Even when I was a kid, I was like, just get to the damn point. Will you mention my school or not?
see, you're of that younger generation, though. It's
well, now we have the option of alerting folks, like, hey, Covington High School closed for snow, winter weathery advisory. I'm not really saying that it's closed because of that. I'm just giving an example.
Yeah, because I don't want people to go post into their fake book that, oh my God, Covington's closed. Why?
No, that's just an example of a notification we'll send out. But we'll also send out notifications from sports scores, any kind of breaking news from a city council meeting, whatever it might be, like school agenda opposes whatever or something like that.
Something like that.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure that you'll give Zabrowski the info, or you even yourself will just jot it down and send out the alert.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
We're going to get it done.
So that's the big news that we were looking to announce today is the app is launched. I have it. It's awesome. Very user-friendly. And we hope that everybody enjoys it and downloads it. That's also, again, when you're listening to this, on the new website, thevirginiareview.com, you'll see to the right side of the bar, and I'm sure many have already seen it.
Did you say we're going to a bar?
No. No.
I kind of tuned you out there for a minute until you said bar, and I thought, what?
That's not a surprise that you tuned me out.
I know. I've learned to tune you out.
But on the right side of the website, you would see where it says Our new app is available through the it's the PlayStation Store, through the iTunes App Store, and through the Google Play Store. So some have probably already seen it and are wondering why that's there. Well, it's because the app has officially launched.
Yeah.
So we're excited about that.
Let us know what you think.
Yeah, let us know what you think. We hope you enjoy
Good, bad,
it.
or otherwise. If you got concerns, if you have suggestions, send them to us.
I mean, it's user-friendly. Very user-friendly.
Even for me.
So I got a little rant today, Crosier.
No doubt.
Moving on.
Yeah, moving on.
Is
this about blinkers again?
Well, actually, I could get to that in a second.
Is that what
here.
caused your issue the other day?
No, that wasn't
blinker?
the issue. No.
Oh, okay. I figured with your luck.
No,
with your rant and with your rant a couple of weeks ago and your luck that might have been what caused your vehicular issue the other day.
No, but speaking of blinkers, I'm glad you read my mind. It's actually something I had on my list for today's show.
Another rant.
Yes, another rant about blinkers. Well, I was in front of this car that was turning left. They had their blinker on.
Uh-huh.
Person across the street didn't have anything on. So we're assuming they're going to come straight.
Right.
Person, to the left is waiting. Okay, you're going to come straight, then I'm going to wait for you to come instead of just going out. Well, last second, the guy turns right and puts his blinker on as he's turning.
Yeah, it's like, why bother at that point?
Well, asshole, you should have had your blinker on to begin with.
All right, folks. Okay. There you go.
Break a barrier there.
That got heated real quick. But yeah,
my northern side coming out.
What gets me with that type of blinker is they start the blinker halfway in the turn. Well, at that point, why bother?
Exactly.
You're already making the turn. You know, you're just going through the motions at that point. Why bother?
I could feel it. If it was me, I would have been livid.
And you probably were just watching it.
I was.
I know you
was
were.
cringing.
No doubt.
Oh, it irritates the crap out of me.
You still got recovering head injuries, so you don't want to get, your blood pressure way too up.
I know. I don't want to.
Yeah.
I was told I need to simmer down a little bit.
I know. Kate had that discussion with you, didn't she?
Yeah. I need to calm it down a little bit more.
Bring it down.
Simmer down.
Simmer down.
Anyways, back to my other rant. Maybe I'll save that rant for later. I don't know.
You done started now.
I know. I should keep it going.
Go ahead. You done started
but we have
now.
a big main event to get to.
Well,
I don't want to bore the folks.
Rant real quick, and we'll get to the main event.
Barnes & Noble.
Yeah.
They had a Starbucks at Barnes & Noble. This was on Saturday. I was feeling, something, of a coffee flavor, something like that. So I went to Barnes & Noble.
Uh-huh.
They have a Starbucks inside Barnes & Noble.
Okay.
And they would not accept my Starbucks gift card at Starbucks.
Why?
Apparently, it's a Barnes & Noble
franchise
owned Starbucks.
Gotcha.
Makes sense, right?
No, not really. No.
And right to the counter, they had Starbucks gift cards for sale.
So you had to buy one of their gift cards.
No, I had to actually buy the drink. They wouldn't accept my gift card, so I had to pay cash for the drink.
But they'll sell you their gift card.
Right. Makes sense, right?
Was it the same gift card?
Almost the same gift card.
Okay.
Yeah, it makes sense, right?
No, because I make my own coffee at home.
Well, no, but you know what I mean? Like, I'm being,
I know.
I'm calling it an idiotic thing.
Man, you're really just.
That's why Dunkin' Donuts is better, anyways.
I'm going to have a talk with your person there and get you. You have to calm down.
Freaking Barnes and Noble not accepting my gift. I sent them a rant about that.
Oh, no doubt. Strongly worded email.
Yeah, Dunkin' Donuts is better.
I wouldn't know. Somebody hadn't brought me Dunkin' Donuts for a while.
Oh, I'll bring it to you next week.
I just wanted you to drive down here in one piece today. I wasn't worried about Dunkin' Donuts at this time.
There's no peace this week from me, except for the app. That's the only peace.
That's right. And working with me again today.
I have another rant, but I'm going to get to that later.
Oh.
Today's a rant day.
Apparently. Daggone, that head injury.
It's been a long week.
Really
listen, I
fired you up.
You know that bar, not the bar, but the piece that sticks out to the left side of the driver's side where you pull down the
seatbelt?
The seatbelt, thank you.
Uh-huh.
We pull down the seatbelt, that bar that sticks out. Some people have a bar that sticks out.
The old crap handle?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, mine's low enough because I'm so tall.
Uh-huh.
Well, when I got whiplash from this accident, I smacked the left side of my head into it.
Oh, good gosh.
Yeah. So that's where that I got the head injury from.
Whoa, good gosh, dude.
Yeah, I was lucky that it didn't hit the temple because it was pretty close. But anyways, so yeah, that's where, yeah. It's been a long week, and I'm on a double rant this week. I'm on a triple rant, actually.
Triple rant. What are you talking? Calm down.
Damn, Crosier, you got me all fired up.
I didn't do nothing. I'm sitting here smoking, drinking my Dr. Pepper, and, just listening to you rant, and daggone.
How are you this week?
Does it matter? Good
No.
gosh. It doesn't really matter,
I told you I was going to break a barrier. I wrote that on Facebook that I was going to break a barrier.
And yeah, you did. You did break a barrier or two.
Anyways, we have our main event to get to, which is a continuation from last week. So, Croge, I was hearing that a couple supervisors, and I'm not sure if I understood this correctly. I heard yesterday that a couple supervisors had issues that maybe you can elaborate more on.
Well,
or do you know what was going on?
I know the gist of what happened.
Well, let's catch these folks up.
Okay, catch them up
with the main event for this week. It's a continuation from last week, which was about the combination of the joint committee.
The joint committee talking about a possible merging of the schools.
Okay, so what exactly is going on with these supervisors having issues?
Old mentality. I mean, that's what it is. These two guys, and I'm not even going to talk about their names. If you want to read their names, if you want to read what they said, get a copy of what Thursday's Virginia Review. Daryl Gleason did a very good job writing about it.
Oh, so it's going to be in the paper.
Oh, yeah.
And it's going to be online and on the app.
Yeah, Daryl Gleason did a great job in writing about this, so I don't have to go. I can just read his story. Basically, it's the, why bother doing it? Same negativity that those of us who try to change things around here get. Why bother? Because it's never going to change. Well, if you're going to have that kind of attitude, it's never going to change. Their issue is that it's never happened in the past. We've talked about it in the past and it's never gone anywhere. And that's true. It never did go anywhere. I'm still a firm believer that this is the perfect time to make it happen. You've got people in county government, city government, the county school board, and I believe you'll have some people on the city school board that are interested in seeing what we can do to make this happen. Eventually, I'd like to have Jacob back on here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Really, I don't know if, kind of like with you ranting today, I don't know if it would have been a good idea to bring Jacob on after last night's meeting.
Why? He would break some barriers.
Both of you ranting at the same time.
Makes good TV. Well, good podcasting.
Yeah, I don't know about that, but I don't know if my head could have handled both of y'all ranting. Because I'm trying to be very, very, for the first time in my life, very politically correct about this. One of the supervisors, I really think he is more concerned about a school in his district that he serves. I think he worries about that closing down. Nothing has been discussed so far, and you'll see in the paper that we have had, and they're not illegal meetings, and they're not clandestine meetings, but a couple of us from City Council, myself and Tom Seibold, Chairman Steve Bennett, and Vice Chairman Matt Garton from the County Board of Supervisors, and Jacob and Eddie Clemens from the City School Board have met a couple of times to see if there was even possibility of this even bothering to do it. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. We had to meet to decide, okay, is this real? Is it well worth our time to even bring this up? Because if, 6 of us, 6 of us can't get together and talk about it, why bring anybody else?
Right.
They were very productive meetings. And so we decided at that point to, present it to our boards and, gauge a response. It has not come up. I think Jacob's going to come to one of our council meetings. I'm not sure when. And, talk about that. And we're going to talk about that at City Council. And I know he's going to do it with the Board of Supervisors and with the City School Board. But until you get in there and try, it's never going to happen. And it's going to get to a point financially. I can't speak for the county, but it's going to get to a point with the city eventually that the city is not going to be able to keep funding at the level it funds now without substantial tax increases. We can't keep affording to have a small single school system. And I say without a tax increase because at the same time we're funding our school system at $1.7 million more a year, $1.7 million more a year than the state says we need to. We're also having to look at infrastructure. You know, we've got emergency equipment in the fire side and rescue side that needs replacing. We've got a lot of other things that need done at the same time. We're still putting, extra millions into our school system, and those costs for the schools are not getting cheaper by the year.
Oh, absolutely not.
And at some point, somebody's going to have to tap out and say, okay, we can't, like I said, I can't speak for the county, but I know that if we're in this boat, the county can't be far behind or they're right there with us. At some point, somebody's got to pay for the party. Mm-hmm. And the one thing that I have to say right here and now is you can't be delusional enough to think that even if we were to decide, okay, we're going to have a joint school system right now and it's going to take effect January 1st, you're not going to save millions of dollars on January 2nd. It's going to be a few years before you see cost savings. But if we pool our resources with the county and we start centralizing and, combining some of the things we do individually, down the line we're going to see. But I think the issue with the one supervisor last night was the fact he is always worried that the school in his district will close. Well, we've not discussed anything about schools closing or anything like that. Just the opposite. Our approach to this so far preliminarily has been keep it simple. You got to equalize teacher pay. Teachers and staff in the county make a good bit less than the city does. So we find out how much it's going to be, find a way to equalize all teacher salaries. You centralize the administrative offices into one location, mm-hmm. and you create a school board. That is all. One school board, and that's all we need to do.
Now you're just talking about between Alleghany and Covington. Mm-hmm. We're not talking about Bath County or
no. This is just Alleghany schools County. And Covington City schools. It would be almost a logistical nightmare to include Bath County and other outlying areas like that.
Now, some might hear you say a joint school system, a joint committee. Does that mean a combination of the two schools?
Yeah, actually, it happened beginning in 1983. From 83 until 2001, there was a combined school system between Clifton Forge and Alleghany County. Up until 1983, Clifton Forge had its own school system. That's when it was a city. You had Clifton Forge High School. You had the different schools. In 83, they merged into one joint school system called the Alleghany Highlands school system, and they did close one of the high schools. So it has been done here before. Fortunately, with history, you can look back and see what worked, what didn't work, and try to avoid some of those issues this time around.
Well, what about this? Let me bring this up to you. See, I went to a vocational school. Mm-hmm. Why not turn one of these schools into a vocational school and offer a shop? Mm-hmm. I know that Alleghany offers different kinds of shops.
Well, we have Jackson River Technical Center.
Okay.
And that is a joint school mm-hmm. between Alleghany County and Covington.
Okay.
So we already, in a kind of a microcosm, have a joint school.
Gotcha.
As far as Jackson River Technical Center. Logistically, for some of the kids, though, in Covington, it just doesn't work. Gotcha. Because of the classes they have to have, mm-hmm. and then the travel time and that type of thing. My idea is, and it's not just my idea, but my thought is, set the school board. Figure out if it's going to have 3 from the county or 2 from the city or what have you. Doesn't matter how many from each governing body. You create a school board and let them deal with it. Mm-hmm. Talks in the past have broken down because they tried to solve all the problems at one time. You can't. There's too many working parts. You do those three things. You equalize salaries, you create a central office, and you set the school board. And then that school board, is formed. They sit down and they look at the big picture. They look and see, and you leave all the schools open for the time being. That gives that school board time to sit down and say, okay, we've got several teachers at this school, they're going to be retiring, so what can we do with other? And you look at attrition. You look at, okay, if we start moving kids to keep bus routes simpler, we don't have to figure all that stuff in this committee. And that's what's been wrong in the past. Plus, the governments weren't involved in the past. The school boards have to be the one to present it by law, but the governing bodies are the ones that pay for it. Mm-hmm. So you have to have both entities of school board and government working together to make this possible.
Well, it sounds like if you're getting a joint council together, a joint committee, excuse me, it sounds like this is heading into the direction of a school merger. Am I wrong?
There's still a long way to go.
Absolutely, but that's where the direction is headed. It seems
it would be eventually. It's got to be the direction. And it's going to be a whole lot better if we can create that direction now, instead of when one side or the other, us or the county, just gets to the point where we have to say, okay, we got to do something.
Right.
And then you rush into it, and then you halfway do it, and you come up with half-baked plans because you're knee-jerking. Now is the time when we recognize the financial issues coming. God forbid we do something proactively. This is the time we have to sit down while, we can still fund it, but we realize that those days are not going to be forever. This is the time to do it when everybody can sit down with a clear head and say, okay, what's going to be in the best interest of the area, the taxpayers, and eventually the kids. Because there's a lot of audiences you have to look at. Not only what's in the best interest of the teachers,
right,
but what's in the best interest of the kids and the taxpayers. Mm-hmm. You've got an older community, an older area, Alleghany County, Covington, Clifton Forge, Iron Gates, an older area that, I'll use my mom, for example. She hadn't had a kid in local schools for 25 years. So, her taxes going up to keep funding a single school system in the city of Covington doesn't make sense to her. So we got to think about what's in the best interest of the taxpayers at the same time.
45 years?
25. Butthole, 25. Because I graduated when I was 5.
Yeah, sure.
Mm-hmm.
Just like you're 21 right now.
No, I'm 30.
Right.
Yeah, I graduated when I was 5.
Yeah.
Do the math.
All right, Sheldon.
Do the math.
But it seems like, based on what I see and what I hear, is the majority are in favor of a merger.
The majority, yes. And a lot of the majority that you talk about, they're not going to be going to government meetings and saying, oh, I'm for it. They're not going to be the ones that are commenting on social media.
Who's ultimately going to be the ones to decide this merger?
If it shakes out and we come up with a plan, eventually it'll be the school boards. Because like I say, by law, the school boards have to be the one to decide this.
Last time when we had Jacob in, it seems like Allegany's in favor of, or he's in favor rather.
But Alleghany also approved the creation of a committee within themselves to look at this. And that committee decided at that point to make the invitation to the rest of us, city council, board of supervisors, and the city school system. So that small committee, under the auspices of being authorized by the Alleghany County School Board, basically you can say that the county school board is at least in favor at this point of sitting down as a group and saying, what can we do? The discussions have to start somewhere. Like I say, I think on one supervisor's part it might be, and I don't know this for sure, but in his actions in the past, I kind of wonder if he's thinking more of, the school that's in my district that I'm going to catch grief about, I'm worried it's going to close. Or if he's actually looking out for the best interests of the county as a whole. And I hate to question that, but, do I want to see city schools close? No. But right now we're not even talking about the closing of schools or anything like that. It's way too early in the process to be assuming those type of things.
So, and again, that's tomorrow. Well, Thursday's edition of the Virginia Review. You can read that whole entire article or online at www.thevirginiareview.com, or where's the other place?
On our app.
On the nap. On the nap.
nap.
I need a nap.
It sounds like it.
On the brand new Virginia Review mobile app.
Need a bowl of weed or a drink or something.
I could go for like a double whiskey.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You buying?
You want to go?
It is kind of early in the day. You know.
It is 5 o'clock somewhere.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I'll buy it. You want to go?
Haha, I hear you.
We have to finish our show first.
Oh, okay.
Don't let them hear that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Crosier, that's it. That was the main event that we were talking about. Was
and there's going to be a lot more
yeah.
talk about this in the days and weeks and months to come. I know there will be. And I'm sorry I'm past the point of worrying about what, two people who are stuck in the past are worried about. Yeah, in the past, Covington, poo-pooed discussions with schools. But in past times, the county wasn't easy to work with either. So there's a lot of guilt to go around. We got to stop looking at, why it didn't work in the past and see why it can't work in the future.
Well, Croge, we do have a few messages for us for mail time. We'll get to mail time right now. Another edition of Mail Time.
Mail time.
In Mail Time this week. Oh, by the way, one of the comments we had was about the hymn sing.
Mm-hmm.
How did that go?
It went very well. I haven't heard a figure. At one point Sunday before I left the high school, they had raised over $1,600.
Wow.
Which is very good. And there was a lot of stuff going on Sunday.
Yeah.
A lot of things this time of the year going on. We had a really good crowd turn out for it. A lot of people put a lot of effort into it, performers, organizers, that type of thing. But considering everything that was going on, there was 2 or 3 events that day. Ours was just one of them. Had a really good crowd. A couple hundred people showed up.
Really? That's good.
That's very good. Yeah.
What was the song that you performed?
I did Thank You.
Thank You.
Yeah.
Now, can I see that anywhere?
No. Not that I want to say, no.
Oh, I thought you want to say. So there is a recording of
There is a recording, and it's online, but I'm not going to say where because I don't even like speaking his name. So.
Oh, okay. I think I know where to go and find this. I'm going to go find this, and you know what? Maybe on our next episode, I'll play it for everybody, a little preview.
Ain't nobody wants to hear that nonsense.
We're just going to play it anyways.
Why? People don't want to hear me sing anymore. It's...
Another comment we had was our area needs a good and affordable family-friendly restaurant plus good food.
Okay.
Like a country cooking.
Okay. But are they going to support it? You want to get me started on that again?
It is mail time.
You have wanted me to get louder this whole episode. Okay, I'll get louder. Once again, the same people who make comments like that are the same ones that don't support it long term, support a business long term. So, put your money where your mouth is. Support stuff that's here right now, and maybe we can get something else in the future.
I know it's going to take more than just, again, the council. I mean, the council doesn't hold anything to bring it. The governor.
We can ask.
Yeah, you can ask. But
we can beg. And I've done that. We can.
I don't know how to go about this. So
we can make contact
it.
with business owners. A lot of it, when it comes to these restaurants, is somebody willing to put the money forth to become a franchise owner.
I mean, how would you even go about that? Would you go to someone that owns a business and be like, "Hey, would you be willing to put money into another one coming in?"
Yeah,
or is that what you guys would do?
Well, and I think, for example. The individual who owns the Chick-fil-A franchise in the Beckley area. I thought, well, it'd be a great idea to see if he could open one here. But there's also districts you got to worry about, and, I'm not sure if he can cross over into Virginia and within his franchise agreement. And there's a lot of things that you have to consider.
Right.
So I don't know if that would be a way to do it or not. I thought about just sending him a message, emailing him, just saying, hey, our people say They say a lot, but our people around here say
You
that
say a lot, too.
I say a lot, but usually I follow it up. But a lot of people around here say they would love a Chick-fil-A.
Hey, Zabrowski said that he wants a raise. What do you say to that?
As soon as I get a raise, Zabrowski gets a raise.
I'll send him back the message, even though I'm sure he probably
He's
has
heard that before. He's
Yeah.
heard it many times before.
So I don't need to relate it to him.
No, you don't, because I'll tell him myself.
Yeah. Another one from our mail time is, and I'm kind of baffled by this. It says, "Get to the point."
Get to the point?
Yeah,
Get to the point of what?
I know.
Maybe that person needs to get to the point of what the point is.
I mean, if we got to the point on things on this show, I guess we would call the show "Get to the Point."
Yeah, and it would be about 10 minutes long.
If that.
If that.
Because like the main event, dumb it down for me in 2 seconds.
We need to join. We need to talk. Let's shut up and do it.
Get to the point.
I got to the point, okay?
And the show's over.
And the show's over.
I don't think I want to listen to a show for a minute.
No, not really.
No.
Not really. Once again, it's a free country.
Yeah.
If you don't
That's
think
why we like mail time.
if we're not getting to the point soon enough, turn it off.
Well, I don't think they want to listen to you ramble.
Oh, that hurt. That's hurtful. Wow, you got me speechless, sir.
I know I did.
Daggone, dude.
It might be me. I do like to ramble.
You do a little bit, but that's the Yankee in you.
Especially when I rant. I mean, my northern side was coming out.
Yeah, and you got that concussion, too, so that's kind of inhibited your mastery of the English language today, but everybody will forgive you.
In all seriousness, folks, when I rant, I like to have fun.
You got to have fun.
Except for when it comes to blinkers. I mean, I really cringe.
Whether it's in public service, whether it's doing a podcast, whether it's whatever you're doing, you got to have fun doing it. Life does not have to be a slow march toward the grave.
Which I heard last week, that was one of our best episodes we've ever had.
I thought it was a good episode.
It really was. And I had to say myself that was a great episode.
We can talk about things going on locally. We don't have to be serious. We don't have to put everything in quotation marks.
But it's good to have that one bit of seriousness.
We can have a little bit of seriousness.
Which is the main event.
Which is the main event, but at the same time, we can always have fun doing it.
And that's what we do, is we have fun. We pick on each other back and forth. He does more so than I, but
I do that in meetings.
Yeah,
I did that in an EDC meeting this morning.
Did you really?
Yeah, But like I say, life does not have
when
to be...
When are we going to have Terry on?
Oh, I don't know.
You've been saying it for months.
I have, between Terry and
Get
Marlo.
Your butt on this.
I need to go on assignment again. And
you were supposed to go on assignment like 2 weeks ago again, and you didn't go on assignment.
I know. I'm bad.
I mean... I'm sure Kate's waiting to get back on as my special guest co-host.
I can't compete with that, man. I really can't.
No, she's much prettier than you.
She is, and too much more of that, and she'll be kicking me to the curb and taking over the show.
Yeah, and I'll get kicked to the curb, and she'll just have the show to herself.
That's probably best.
She might be a little too nervous about that, even though she was getting into it at the very end.
At the very end,
when she was, pulling at you and making fun of me.
Oh, that's easy.
Oh, that's easy.
That's easy, man.
Oh, man.
I don't even have to be awake to do that. The wife tells me I do that in my sleep.
Oh, shoot.
I say, dang it, Adam. Fussing about you in my sleep.
Well, I think that's all we have for this week. It's our biggest thing this week was telling the folks about the launch of the app.
Oh, that's huge.
That is the big news.
Download it, check it out. Subscribe if you haven't already, and let us know what you think about it.
Yeah, you can subscribe as less than $4 a month. Mm-hmm. You have an option of 3 months, 6 months, or 12 months, as low as less than $4 a month.
And you can get everything.
Everything.
I mean, things are updated daily.
Yeah.
Obituaries are updated as soon as they come in.
Zabrowski posts different articles on the website, which connect to the app now. So he posts them every few hours. There's a new article. Or you can just get the full page in the full edition. The whole thing in the full editions. Whatever it may be online, you can get it.
Yep.
But that's the beauty about the new website is, and I like that idea. I don't know how you feel about it, but I love the idea of the fact that having articles show up every couple hours rather than 30 articles posted at a time.
Well, you said when I did stuff like that it was cluttered.
It was cluttered. Well, it was also in one line, like one little area.
So?
This, you can
It makes
just
perfect
scroll
sense
down.
to me, though. That's why I'm not allowed to do it anymore.
Exactly.
That's why I've been kicked off.
Exactly. That's why he took it over.
Yeah.
And he said you only do the obituaries. You update the obituaries.
I do the obituaries.
Which are updated 24/7, and you can see those on the app too
Even
now.
from home, I do it.
Yeah.
When something comes along, I put it on there because, people want to keep informed about those things. It's not morbid. People want to go pay their respects, and we understand that, and we update that for the app as soon as we get them. And it's 24/7, 365.
24/7, 365. Well, that's Crosier's schedule, not mine.
Oh yeah, that's my schedule.
That's your schedule.
Yeah, don't ask the wife because she'll agree to it.
Oh yeah, there's no doubt.
Oh yeah.
Did Kyle listen to that part last week? Did she listen to the episode where she was on the phone with you?
She wasn't happy that she was on. At the time that I was talking with her on the phone, and I told her she was recording, I could not say. It's a good thing it wasn't on speaker because I cannot say what she said. She was not thrilled, but we left it in.
That's why we have the parental advisory at the beginning of the show to let folks know that, hey, this isn't suitable for the faint at heart.
Yeah, some of the wimps out there, and
I know. I mean, I dropped the ASSHOLE word.
I know it hurt. It really hurt my virginal ears. I'm so innocent.
Oh well.
I'm innocent.
I broke a barrier.
I have never heard such filth in my life.
I hear it from you not too often. I mean, all too often.
You see, you can't even say it.
All too often, I hear it from you. It's when you rant about Zabrowski now and then.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, I think that's gonna wrap it up. And before we wrap it up, I'll get to a more serious matter, and that's sending out a condolences to my friend's family, Matthew, who tragically passed away over the weekend. Matt, I'm not going to get into it too much, dwell into it, but passed away at a young age, and it was a bit of a surprise. So, sending out my condolences to his parents and his younger sister, as well as our friends and family that knew Matt really well. And one of my favorite stories with Matt was his parents had a lake house in Massachusetts, and one night we decided to take the boat out around 9 o'clock at night, and Matt forgot to see how much gas was in the boat, and we got stuck in the middle of the lake.
Nice.
We didn't get back until about 4 a.m. when his parents got to Massachusetts to get on their friend's boat and let us come pick us up.
I bet they were not happy with y'all.
No.
I bet. Where'd they have to come from Massachusetts? From where?
Connecticut.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it wasn't that far.
Yeah.
I mean, it still was far. It was like about a 2-3 hour drive.
There you go. It wasn't like driving from here to Clifton or anything.
No. But they were headed that way anyways.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was just like, can you speed it up a little?
I would have just made you sit on the water for a while just to...
We did. We were there from like 10 o'clock at night till 4 in the morning.
I'd have left you longer.
Oh, longer.
I would have, yeah.
You would have left us out till the morning?
Yeah, pretty much.
The birds poop on us?
Yeah, that'll learn you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll teach you how to take a boat out at night without checking the gas.
Matt the whole time was just laughing. I was like, seriously, man, we're stuck out here. I don't know where we're going to drift off to.
Well, what else you going to do? What else you going to do at that point besides laugh about it, you know?
The cell service wasn't the greatest. At that time, I mean, it wasn't like we had smartphones either.
Was it those great big cell phones, great big, like, foot-long cell phones?
Flip phones. Flip phones were popular.
Oh, okay. I thought at your age it was one of those great big old, like off Saved by the Bell cell phone.
No, that was Zach Morris' phone.
Oh, okay.
No, this was back in 2004 or 3. Flip phones were just like the big thing right at then. I only think Motorola, the long ones, the Razors, were more popular yet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, those
long ago.
Yeah, oh yeah. It's when you had to like pay like $6 for a ringtone.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I only had like one because of that.
Only one. I wouldn't have had any.
Yeah. Well, I was dumb and I
was?
Yeah.
You're just older and dumb now.
Well, I didn't think I was gonna have to pay for it.
Oh.
And then because
so
I don't know.
Who paid for it? Mama Benz?
No, I ended up paying for it.
Oh, okay. Well, at least you did that right.
No, I was on a phone plan with my older brother, and I had to pay him for it. But did you ever see those commercials on TV where it said download this ringtone, click or type in TW30, whatever it might have been, and you get the ringtone.
Yeah.
Well, I did that, and then I didn't read the description at the bottom. $6,599 charge fee.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just
Nice.
thought, oh, this is cool.
Good times. Good times.
But I think that's going to do it for this week's episode. We hope you've been entertained throughout, and we hope you stuck with us. And I'm sorry if I offended anybody.
They'll get over it.
Yeah. That's why we call it breaking the barrier.
I tell them every time I go offending somebody, you can get over it or you can't.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
I love that saying.
It is what it is.
And we'll end it on that note. Go download the app.
Go download the app. Let us know what you think.
For David Crosier, I'm Adam Benz. Talk to you all next week for another edition of Breaking the Barrier.
Roll Tide.